Namaste, everyone, and welcome to Anchor the Light. Today we talk about fear. It's one of those things in the spiritual realm that says, oh, you should have no fear. Let's bring you down to the basics. Fear is actually important in the right context. Because if a person has absolutely no fear, if there are cars going by, big street, you go, I have no fear, you won't get too far. You're high up on the mountain, and there's a ravine going down. If there's absolutely no fear, you walk, you die. Simple as that. So fear is important in the right context because it's part of our survival. Now, the context here that we're talking about is a Zen story where a monk says, fear is like a shadow. The more you go away from it, the bigger it gets. As you get into it, as you go to it, it gets smaller. So, if you try to imagine, there's a wall, and the person standing, let's say 1 meter or 3 feet away from it, and the light is here. Okay? So if that person walks away from the shadow, you can see that the shadow gets bigger and bigger. As a person walks towards it, what happens? It gets smaller and smaller. And the light that was being blocked by the body, this is physics, is now not being amplified because as you get closer, the light can go cover an entire person's body, which will make the shadow disappear or substantially go down. So it's a metaphor in saying that fear, especially irrational fear, has a tendency to get worse as you don't face it. So a story that most of you have heard is the Buddha was talking about how to deal with fear. So he asked at that time about cholera, a very, very horrible disease. When he asked about cholera, asked his apostles, that's the Lord Jesus, sorry, the disciples, how many people died of cholera? They said 1,000. How many people actually died from the disease itself? They said, about 100. And the rest died from the fear of it. Now, most of you know, our emotions could cause chemical reactions to our body. Case in point, when you get stressed out, what happens? You start developing more acid in your stomach. You get nauseated and you feel less, and then you do it long enough, what happens? It affects your blood pressure, affects your mindset, affects many different things. So, same thing with fear. Fear is a certain emotion that is combined. Basically, it's two substances. It's thought substance and emotional substance. And the more you put your attention to it and think about fear, the bigger it gets. It's a thought form. So what we teach in panic psychotherapy is, let's say if you have a child that was locked up in a closet, what will happen? They'll create a thought form of fear. And the longer the child's in there, the more intense those emotions are. Just imagine this thought form gets stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like a cloud of thought emotions lodged into specific energy centers and the aura. The kid's able to get out 20 years later, 30 years later, or anytime they approach an enclosed area, they start having fear. And it's irrational because there's nothing to do with it. They just walk towards the closet. Somebody opened the closet a little bit, and what happens? They get into panic. So that's basically what you call a thought form that woke up. It's sitting in the aura. Now, traditional way of doing this is to face your fears, and the way they do it is they desensitize you. A lot of you have psychotherapy background, know this, right? It's like somebody has a fear of heights. You start with a ladder. Oh, they're afraid to be on top. Okay, start with the first one. How do you feel? Oh, with the fear. Okay. Stand there for a while. Get used to it. Okay, better. A few days later, second step, third step. In other words, as they keep going, they are desensitizing the person. Most of you know this. Now, let's talk about in terms of energy. Energy works like this. When you have this thought form of fear, what happens is, if you don't deal with it, right? You don't try to release it. You just, every time something's it's causing you fear, you keep adding to, oh yeah, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. Basically, you're energetically feeding it. Okay, not too clear. Let me just give you a very simple example that we always use. Okay, go follow me. Go like this. Okay, put your hand like this. Go like that. Feel about the same, right? Okay, look at one hand. Just imagine a red apple. Yeah, just red apple in your hand. Then also try to see if you can feel something on your hand compared to your forearm. Just visualize the apple here and go like this. And then compare this way too. What do you notice? It feels like there's a certain sensation. Okay. Ready? This is a hand I visualized the apple. Put this hand down. Look at the hand that you visualized an apple. Now verbally say apple to your hand. 1, 2, say it. 1, apple, 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 apple. 5 times. Okay, compare both hands. Most of you are more sensitive. What do you feel? You feel a certain sensation on your hand. Okay, 1 second, just to make sure everybody can see what we're doing here. All right, so you're going, there's more sensation. Now, try to feel a hand compared to the forearm. You notice there's something more there. Now watch, you go like this, say disintegrate. Disintegrate. Disintegrate, disintegrate. Now compare. Oh, feels about the same. And you go like this. Nowhere does it feel the same as that something that was there earlier. So what you did is you created a thought form. Now a thought form basically works like this. The soul, the spiritual self, takes this raw material in the universe we call prana or chi, and with its will, by focusing on a feeling, a thought, an idea, the soul actually takes this raw material and creates a form. So the generic term for that is a thought form, but actually it's a combination of thought and emotions. Now that so-called thought form sits in certain parts of our body depending on what it is. If it's just a neutral thought like an apple, then when you're done thinking about it, it just floats here in your aura. Every time you think of apple, you feed it a little more energy. Just like you went from visualizing to saying it, you added more energy because you put attention. Energy goes to where you put your attention to. So as this thought form becomes stronger and stronger, guess what happens? When your mind is idle, I like to have an apple. Or you're in a restaurant or you're in a market, somehow it'll draw your attention because these thought forms start to affect the soul, the spiritual self. And that is the same thing that's happening whether the emotion is neutral, positive, or negative. So going back to fear. If that child, that example of that child being locked up in the closet, the manufacturing process is the same. They created this feeling of fear, just like you create an apple. Except they put so much emotion and thought into it, this thing becomes so strong, it does not dissipate anymore. It just sits in the energy field and in their chakras. So when you go to a counselor, when you go to the desensitizing process, like we talked about, you're chipping away at it. Oh yeah, this happened 5 years ago, 15 years ago, blah, blah, blah. As you share even a little detail, that's why your therapist have you talk. What is the purpose of talking? To release it. Now, of course, energetically, what happens is, just imagine this thick clouds on your aura and your chakras starts getting looser and stuff start oozing out little by little. So that's a form of release. Now, a faster way of doing it is if you use energy, because we understand it's a lump of energy in there. What if there's a way for you to use energy to go in and pluck it out? So there are many ways to do it. One, which is the most direct way, this is what we do in pranic psychotherapy. If you haven't heard about it, look for Master Tuakok Sui's pranic healing courses or the book, Pranic Psychotherapy. I have it here. Okay, there are different covers. This is one of them. The newer version is this one, Pranic Psychotherapy. Okay? So in pranic psychotherapy, we understand that everything's energy. And fear is located in certain chakras. So you just go in and pluck it out. So as the healer uses energy to keep releasing it, that person starts feeling, hey, how come I don't feel as much anymore? And that's what we do in the class. We have somebody who's afraid of, the most recent one is somebody's afraid of the dark. They have a fear of darkness. So in order to test to see they have it, we shove them into the bathroom with pitch black, and she screamed so loud you could probably hear her, I don't know, less like a block away. That's how loud it was. We brought her out, use pranic psychotherapy, you pull all this out of the chakras, we send her back in. I remember the volunteers opened the door after 10 seconds. She goes, no, I'm not ready yet. I want to enjoy this. And we found out later that she actually sleeps with the light on. After that, no more. She was fine. I didn't ask her how long she had it. I didn't know anything about psychotherapy, like counseling. I just say, close your eyes, tongue on your palate, and let's start pulling. Okay, how do you feel now? She says, I don't have it anymore. Because if you understand it as energy, that's how it works. Now, another way to do it is through meditation. Now, why meditation? The energy that is used in pranic psychotherapy is the same energy that comes down your crown when you meditate. So when you do our meditation, mass amount of spiritual energy comes in, and as you think about what you want to release, the energy goes into your chakras, breaks it up, and releases it. That's how you'll notice after meditation, how do you feel? Very still, very quiet, no fears, no thoughts, no feelings. Make sense? So that's why your spiritual practice is what allows you to deal with fear. You're literally shining light on it in the sense that you're observing it. It's an emotion, it's a thought. You're not trying to push it away. You're doing your spiritual practice, focusing on the descent of this brilliant light, and you'll notice as you deal with it, it's not as bad as you thought it was. So we're going to do a simple experiment. For tonight's meditation, before we do our meditation, I want you to recall a certain fear that you want to release. Anything. Give it a number for intensity, like 10 is really bad, really worse, 0 is none. And again, be honest to yourself. Pick one. That way we have a before and after comparison. Okay? That's it. Now, before we go into the meditation, there are many ways to do it. One of the ways is through chanting. There are many forms of chants. I mean, a lot of you probably said, yeah, I've done mantras, I've done visualization with mantra, I've done just breathing exercise with certain sounds. There's so many different ones. And the one we usually use is the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay? And I'm sharing that with you to kind of introduce the fact that for some of you who don't know yet, next week, actually the 12th of May is the most powerful full moon of the year. And we have a 7-day purification process, which is composed of, if you enjoy all of them, first one is chanting, the second one is understanding and meditation of the Eightfold Path, and the third one is direct healing. Like I usually use a crystal, and then the energy flowing through me, and we pluck out all these things out of your aura and your chakras. But the chanting is something like this. The mantra Om Mani Padme Hum taps into a very, very huge, ginormous reservoir of divine energy, composing of love, mercy, and compassion. It predates Buddhism. Because people say, yeah, I heard of Kuan Yin, I heard of Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, like in the Tibetan tradition. Yes, but this energy has been around way before humans have conceptualized it. It's just like a password. You know, when you put a password in, you get access. So by chanting the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum, we have access to that tremendous amount of energy. And then you can direct that energy to release fear, to bring you love, compassion, joy, and happiness. So today, we'll do the meditation. Okay, we'll do meditation Twin Hearts first. And then afterwards, we'll use Om Mani Padme Hum, using that energy to direct it to certain chakras where this fear is normally located, and see how you feel afterwards. Okay? So when you're ready, I want you to sit straight. Okay? Think of something you want to release. Nobody has to know. Give it an honest number for intensity. 10 is worse, 0 is none. That way afterwards you can say, oh, okay, it got worse, it got better. You have something to compare it with. All right. Okay, shall we start? Okay, we always affirm oneness. So put your hand in your heart. Be aware of your crown. I am that. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion or the thoughts. I am the soul. I'm not this fear. I'm not this emotions, positive or negative. I'm not any of these thoughts. These are not the I. I am the soul. I am the soul. Just keep saying that. Focus on your crown. I am the soul. I am the soul. I am that I am. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. I am that. That I am, the soul, the spiritual self. A being of pure energy and light. Just be still. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I'm one with God. I'm one with all. There's only oneness. Just be still. I am. That I am. Just let your attention hover above your head. I am that I am. Some of you might even see a brilliant light above your head. Just look at that light and affirm, I am that I am. I am that brilliant light. That brilliant light am I. Just be still. I am that I am. Now open your hands in blessing. Imagine the earth in front of you, the size of a little ball. We will do the meditation twin hearts as taught to us by Master Chokok Sui. Be aware of your heart in your hands. Fill the earth with beautiful pink light. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred, anywhere in the world, within me, outside of me, let me sow unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Let's recall people we know going through challenging times with their health, with their relationships, even their finances. Visualize their lives getting better and better. May they be blessed with a new hope and faith and a better life. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light, sadness, joy. Just be aware of your heart and your hands. Just flood the earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and with lots of joy. So be it. May all be blessed. So be it. Just be aware of your heart and your hands. Now, be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. Again, be aware of your heart. Inhale. Be aware of your heart. Be aware of your crown. More on your crown. Exhale. One more time. Be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. Be still. You might feel a pressure or tingling on your crown. That's a divine energy filling up your crown. Now visualize this golden light flowing down from your crown through your hands and bless your family. People you love, fill them with this beautiful golden light. Let it spread to your relatives and friends, to the people you work with. Let that golden light spread throughout the entire earth. Just say, our hearts are one, our souls are one. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and with kindness. Just fill the earth with intense golden light, filling it with peace, love, and kindness. May all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed without exception. So be it. So be it. Be still. Now be aware of your heart and your crown. At the same time, take a deep breath. Exhale, imagine golden light more intense than before, pouring out of our hands and filling our homes, our workplace, the city we live in. Let that golden light just spread throughout the entire earth, inside and out. Saturate the entire earth with intense golden light from our hands. From the heart of God, may all be divinely blessed with love and with kindness. From the center of the heart of God, may all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. May all be healed of any pain, sorrow, or suffering. So be it. Blessings be to all. From the center of the heart of God, may all be blessed with loving kindness, with inner peace, inner and outer healing. May all be healed of any kind of pain, sorrow, or suffering in any part of their life. So be it. May all be blessed with understanding, harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. Blessings be to all. So be it. Just be still and let the energy keep flowing through us. Blessings be to all. Continue blessing the earth with the intense golden light. Blessings be to all. Now gently put your hands down, keep your eyes closed, keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Imagine a brilliant light like a miniature sun just floating above your head. The image doesn't have to be clear. It's there. Just look at that brilliant light. Simultaneously be aware of the love within your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to your throat, to the center of your head, to your crown, higher, and into that brilliant light. Stay there. Be still, be aware of that brilliant light, and listen. Om Mani Padme Hum. Be still. Be aware of the silence and the light. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Or harness the energy of this mantra of mercy and compassion to release fear, irrational fear, out of our energy centers. So at the start, I had you think of what kind of fear you want to release and give it intensity. So just think about it for a few seconds. You're probably coming out blank. That's fine. Just kind of remember what you can. Okay? That's all we need. Now put your gentle attention on that brilliant light above your head. If your mind wanders, just put your attention there. The rest will be done for you. Om Mani Padme Hum. View of your crown. Om Mani Padme fear energies be disintegrated and properly disposed of. Be aware of your Ajna chakra, the area in between your eyebrows. Be still. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. Be aware of your throat area. Om Mani Padme Hum. Be aware of your front and back solar plexus. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. You have your front and back solar plexus once more. We'll go deeper. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. Be still. Now be aware of the base of your spine, your basic chakra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. Be still. Just let the energy flow through you. Just be still and let go. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Okay, raise your hands in blessing. We'll further release any that is negative energy as well as release excess energies our bodies cannot absorb. So picture the earth in front of you. Fill the earth with intense golden light. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with divine light, love, and power. May every person, every being on earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. So be it. May all be blessed. Now flood the entire earth with beautiful golden light. Just put your attention, your heart, and your crown in your hands. Fill the earth with intense golden light. May all be blessed without exception. Now be aware of your feet, the base of your spine will just get grounded. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. So be it. Let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Twakoksui Mahaguji Bailing, thank you in full faith. And so it is. All right, you may open your eyes. Okay, if you joined us at the earlier part or right before the meditation, remember I asked you to give a number to a certain fear that you want to release. Okay, let me know in the feedback. How is it? How is the, be honest with yourself, how does that fear feel to you right now? I'm gonna be kind of trying to remember what that was. You see, here's the secret. As simple as this. You have to first have a deep realization that you are a spiritual being. That any thought, any feeling, any actions were simply created by you. Positive thoughts, positive emotions, negative emotions, acts of kindness, acts of violence, all of these are products of the I am. That's the most important part. So once you have that realization, when you experience fear, anger, and whatever else, what happens? It consumes us, right? So the first step is to realize, wait, I created these. These are not the I. So when you do that, you stop feeding them. So they have less power over you. And as you keep doing this meditation over and over and over again, at some point you go, what's all the fuss? Make sense? We're not saying those things did not happen. Because some of you, oh, you're suppressing it. I've actually heard people say it. I go, okay, go away. What's the point? You don't understand. We're not suppressing it. We're actually observing it. You're being mindful that, hey, I'm creating these thoughts. I'm creating these feelings. This fear is something I created. I don't want it anymore. It's just a matter of how do you get rid of it. We just told you how. It's not the only way. I'm sure there are many different ways from different traditions, but this is one of the most direct ways. So if you examine yourself now, how does that feel to you? And based on some of the comments, I'm not that talented. I cannot talk and read at the same time. But some of them I see is like gone, can't even remember it, a lot less. And all we did was 10 minutes of meditation. That was not even a full-blown one. The key is understanding. Once you understand what it is, it loses its power over you. But most people, they're too lazy. They don't understand. Well, I just want to do what it feels right. Okay, go ahead, knock yourself out. You've been doing that for the last 20, 30 years. Where's that gotten you? Exactly the point. Once you realize it, it changes everything. Now, going back to Wesak, that's happening in a week and a half. Most powerful full moon. It's just like instead of standing under a faucet, you're standing under Niagara Falls of energy coming down. So that energy coming down, we can harness to clean out some more. We can harness that energy to amplify the positive qualities we have. So I hope you can join us. That part of it, anybody can join. Now, the ones who want to, go further, and let me just introduce this again to you because in a few hours is a deadline for the best discount. We're doing three things. The newest one is the chanting. So Om Mani Padme Hum, just like you did here for about 20 minutes to half an hour, we're going to focus on specific negative qualities that we have, which the Buddhists call spiritual poisons, like greed, like jealousy, whatever, tendencies to steal, whatever. Those things, as we do this for 7 days and do the chanting, we'll use energy to target wherever they are in the chakras to dissolve it and flush it out. This is the first time we're doing it ever. So to make sure that more people can experience it, that's why we started a very, very low initial amount. Next year it's going to be higher, and of course after tonight in California, it's going to go back to the higher price. So if you want to join us, great. Again, you don't have to. You can go study the Wesak, but if you really want to maximize using energy, yeah. So first part we do chanting, and then there's in-depth study of the Eightfold Path, which is like, I call it the user's manual for the soul, where the Buddha actually teaches us, right viewpoint. You already did that part, by the way. The very exact viewpoint that every person has to find out is, who am I? That's the most important question. Anything else comes after. Because if you don't know who you are, well, then what's happening in your life? I don't know. I'm just going from one job to another, one relationship to the other. So circumstances control you because you don't know who you are. So right viewpoint simply means I realize I'm not the body, not the emotional thoughts. I'm the spiritual self that uses these in my earthly life. From there, the second noble path is right thoughts. So now that you have good perspective, what's going on, that you're not these feelings and thoughts, so you have to now know direct how you think and how you feel. Next noble, not noble truth. Next path is right speech. Well, after you get your head straight and your feelings straight, then you know what to say. And then after that, it's right action, and so on and so on. So we do this every single day for 7 days. Go to the Eightfold Path, give examples, and do a deep meditation on each one to reflect on, hey, how does this path affect our lives? So for 20, 30 minutes, it's the chanting. There's a break, and then we'll do that 1 hour, 1.5 hour meditation and lecture on Eightfold Path. And then the once and once a day afterwards is the healing. So I use a crystal, and we use pranic psychotherapy to go to each of the chakras for different things like fear, anxiety, and certain emotions that hold us back. Another one that we always pay attention to, because it happens to all of us, what is it? Lack of self-worth. I'm not good enough type of deal. Those are thought forms. And I can tell you where they are located. In between the eyebrows, the crown, front and back solar plexus. So that's why some of us, if you're trying to do something, yeah, I'm excited. When nobody's watching, go, do I know what I'm doing? Am I really worthy of this? Sounds familiar? These are thought forms. The fact that it still comes up, that means those thought forms are there. So, right? If that's something of interest to you, just go to mastercode.org, click that, and it'll go to the website where you can register to whichever you want to join. Again, let me repeat, it's not going to be on social media. Because I've said 1,000 times and people ask, is it going to be on Facebook? No, it's not. Not going to be YouTube? No. Because they censor us. Remember? Some of you have already complained. Yeah, I'll be listening to you and suddenly the voice disappears. I'm not touching anything here. What it is, the algorithm, somehow, certain words, certain things I say, maybe my accent, who knows, they think it's something bad or whatever, they mute it or they turn it off. Nothing to do about it. So what we do is we do our meditations here, and the actual practice we do when you register, it's in a closed room. So you have to register. All right? That's it. I hope you got something out of this today. Share this with as many of your friends and loved ones. I mean, even if they just really understand what we did today, it'll change their lives. Because they realize we are energy beings living in an energy world. Write that down. So therefore, every thought, every emotion is just energy. That's it. That's called accurate perception. It's all energy. So once you have that realization, what happens? Then you get to control the thoughts you create, the feelings you create, the speech and actions you create, which will affect your lifestyle, affect everything else. You say, well, if that's the case, I know that. How come we still do stupid things? We forget. The thoughts and emotions became so strong, it controls the I. That's where we get in trouble. I mean, you notice, like, when you do something that you regret later, what do we usually say? Oh, man, I lost control. Exactly. You just said it. Number one, who lost control? I did. And what did you lose control over? Your mouth. Ta-da! The mouth didn't move by itself. You lost its ability to control it. So the feelings and emotions that were too intense made the mouth move, made the fist move to a certain person's face. But once you go, wait, I don't want to do that. I choose not to say these words. I choose not to do these actions. So you regain back your control. That's it. Very simple. People like to make it complicated. So the key is starting with, you can write this down, you've heard me say this many times, who I am, what I am, where do I come from? 3 powerful questions. Who I am, what I am, where do I come from? You meditate on those 3, you're way ahead of probably 90% of the population in the world. Simple as that. Okay, we will see you. What's today? Wednesday. We'll see you Friday for Anchor the Light again. And I hope you got something out of it. And remember, the topic today is fear is like a shadow. If you run from the light, it grows larger. If you step towards it, it disappears. As you shine light on fear, it disintegrates. As you meditate and bring the spiritual light in, they disintegrate. That's that. And you replace it with what you want. Okay, namaste everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. And you guys take care. And we'll see you in the next Anchor Light. And remember, in a few hours, the registration is going to change to a higher price. So if it's something you want to join us, go to masako.org.